Hi guys, welcome down to Craig Salter Golf. I am Craig Salter and today I have another review for you. So first of all, we're going to start with the MP-18 blades. I'm going to show you what they are all about. I've got some numbers off GCQuad, and we're also going to jump out to the golf course and see how they perform out there. So let's get on with it. So what are you getting with the MP-18 blades? Mizuno are using their grain flow forged HG process that they've been using for a while. They use a 1025E pure select mild carbon steel. It's all forged out of one solid piece of metal, and they're saying that it's sort of a high density which gives it that Mizuno feel. You'll see going through the irons that moving into the lower irons you do go a little bit smaller and a little bit more compact in the sort of 8 iron, 9 iron pitching wedge area, and a slightly longer blade length in the longer irons. So guys, let's go through the numbers that I got with GCQuad last night. 6 iron, 30 degrees in the MP-18 line, and I was hitting it with a KBS Tour stiff shaft, which is the one Mizuno have fit me for in my set of irons, and the one I use pretty much all the time if I'm ever testing, if I can get hold of it. So if we go through the numbers, ball speed pretty much where I'd be sitting with a 6 iron, so good there. Carry distance 164, which is what I'd expect. My JPXs at the moment carry about 165 to 170, and you've got that range there, 164, 160, 171, 170. It did drop off 154 at the end, just caught that one not so good, so that's why that has dropped down. But other than that, if that wasn't in there, it would have been, 168, so around around the 168, something like that, which is bang on for my 6 iron. The only issue I have with these golf clubs, because it happens with all of them, I spin the ball quite a lot. So when I move into the bladed clubs, my spin does jump up. So 6 iron I'd be spinning, you'd want to see around the 6,000 mark. I'm actually spinning at 6.5. One jumped up, the first one there at 7.1, but it looks like it would be between that 6.4, 6.5 range, which for me isn't too bad. I can live with it. It's something that I've had to play with, so it's not a big issue, but that is the reason for those numbers being what they are. Other than that, really good numbers. Launch angle was good. Like I said, peak height is good. Just that backspin number, which is where in the longer irons I would probably shy away from a set of these, move maybe into the split cavies, just because that spin is going to be too high. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump out to the course and we'll see how they perform out there. So guys, we've jumped out onto the golf course and I'm now going to hit some shots into it. We are down here at Wickham Heights. I'm on the second hole, 163 to the pin I think, which was sort of perfect yardage for the blade from the numbers before. Now, looking at this golf club, Mizuno always make beautiful golf clubs. I own the JPX Tours, the JPX 900 Tours, and the hoo-ha when people saw the images of this was how good it looks, and it does look gorgeous. I prefer this finish. I think this is one of the best finishes they've done. Not quite as shiny as some of the older ones, and not quite as sort of brush polish as the JPX 900s. It's shiny, but it's not too shiny. It's not too in your face garish. Looking at it from here, it's gorgeous. I mean, you could look at pictures of this all day, really. It's one of those clubs that you'd love to look at, but you wouldn't like to hit from looking at it on the shelf. As soon as you put it down at the ball, I'm surprised at how thick the top line is. Now,
The reason they've done this is all the models in the MP-18 range, so the blades, the split cavity, and the MMC as well, perfectly match each other. Looking at them, obviously there is a little bit of difference, but looking down at the top, you've got a thin line on this one, ever so slightly thicker on the split cavity, and ever so slightly thicker again on the MMC. You could play them, if you sort of gave me them just looking it down from here, I probably wouldn't be able to tell too much which was which. And that is the idea. The idea is that you can mix and match these clubs any way you like. I'm going to be honest, hitting them on GCQuad, they pretty much felt similar as well. That is the most gorgeous feeling sort of improvement iron, the MMC, I've ever played, especially the high fly as well. I'm going to try the high fly in a 2 iron, and that could replace my hybrid because I'm looking for a replacement for that. But looking down at this, like I said, it's got that thicker top line than you'd imagine on a blade like this. It's not, you know, the thickest thing you've ever seen, but it's going to give you confidence down at the ball. So we're just going to hit a shot in here, see how it feels. So it looks good down at the ball. Sort of confidence building, even though it's that blade, it's got that thicker top line. Feels like you've got some help there. Nice 6 iron. Just pushed it to the right. Looks like it's pin high though, tiny little bit toey. But they say nothing feels like a Mizuno, and well, nothing feels like a Mizuno. So last little test for the MP-18 blades. Slightly downhill lie, so ball slightly below my feet. Got about 160 to the pin, but it's downhill, so it doesn't need to be a full one of these. Ball is going to go down to the right, so nice big fade sort of will help this shot. Pin's tucked a little bit right, so it's going to help as well. How do we feel about controlling the ball? Does this breed confidence, even though it doesn't look it from the top? I really think it does with that thicker top line. If you want something with a bit of more help, then you've got the split cavities, you've got the MMC that don't look far off from these. I think a lot of these are going to be in the 8-9 pitching wedge area for most players, that just, you're going to get the softest feel, you're going to get the most workability. It's going to be one of those clubs that you want to use. Seeing a bag of these, you just want to use them. Well, you probably wouldn't, because you want to scratch them. But you know they're going to be so good, you know they're going to give you exactly what you put into them. So like I said, left side of the green, nice solid contact, doesn't need to be a full one of these. It's gone a little bit right, but it just feels so good off the face. Nice solid contact, like I said. Beautiful off the face, lovely looking at address. If you're worried about these in the slightly longer irons, you've got the options there. MP-18's beautiful.